What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mell with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be discussing the resurrection of the full-size GMC Jimmy. Or maybe Yukon GT? Let's get into it. You all remember the GMC Jimmy, right? The GMC Jimmy was the upscale corporate twin to Chevy's Blazer. It was introduced in 1970, just a year after the Blazer, and provided consumers an alternative to, say, the Ford Bronco, International Scout, and Jeep Cherokee. The GMC Jimmy was redesigned in 1973, and it shared all the Blazer's drivetrains, vices, and virtues. In 1992, the GMC Jimmy became the GMC Yukon when it was redesigned onto the GMT 400 platform. GMC also gave us the compact version known as the S15 Jimmy in 1983. It would be redesigned in 1995 and in 2002 replaced by the GMC Envoy. Did anyone like that thing? Nobody bought that thing, right? My first vehicle actually was a 94 Jimmy. Sometimes I say it was a Blazer because I had actually crashed it and I replaced the front end of my Jimmy with a 94 Blazer donor, and I always called it the Blimmy. But anyways, rumors have been circulating over the last few months about the possibility of GMC bringing back the Jimmy nameplate. And if the demand was there, which judging by my previous video on the full-size Blazer, it definitely is, this would give GMC an opportunity to make a pretty interesting move. Drop a comment down below if any of you remember this guy right here, the two-door GMC Yukon GT. I've always been a fan of two-door full-size SUVs, and if a clean 96 Yukon GT ever crosses my path, I will be sure to give it a place in my driveway. Now for the fun part. Let's assume for a second that the new GMC Jimmy would be a full-size SUV. After all, the full-size SUVs are GM's bread and butter product, so to me it would make sense to expand that line rather than to add yet another mid-size SUV to their offering. So that begs the question, what would a modern full-size GMC Jimmy look like? Well, once again, we turn to artist Oscar Vargas, whose Instagram handle is wb.artist20. I'll leave a link to his account in the description below. Oscar's vision of a new full-size GMC Jimmy, without question, gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling inside, because looking at this artist render, we can see that what started out as a 2022 Yukon AT4 four-door has been chopped and transformed into a Jimmy-inspired two-door. The old-school Jimmy styling doesn't just end with a shortened wheelbase and the two-door configuration either. I mean, we could have just left it there and I probably would have been good, but take a look at the split side window design, which seems very familiar to that window design that we saw on the removable top of the old Jimmy. And with how big of a fan I am of the current gen Yukon AT4, I think the current generation looks incredible. I almost can't like this render enough. The beadlock wheels, the off-road tires, and what appears to be Brembo's big brake kit just kind of ties up the whole look perfectly in my opinion. And if I could place my order for one today, I absolutely would. And I mean, I guess I would have to pick between that or the new full-size Blazer. Once again, I'll leave a link to that video as well. But I don't think I'm alone here. I think there'd be a lot of people that would buy this thing. I think there'd be a lot of people lining up to get it. Of course, a removable top would be cool, and that is not the case in this render here, but if we got a panoramic glass roof, I think I could let that detail slide. No pun intended. We could always leave the new full-size Blazer as the version with the removable top, and this could be the more luxury, the more higher-end off-roader without the removable top. And I think there is a market for both. Once again, I think the panoramic glass roof would absolutely be a must in this thing. As far as powertrain goes, as long as it's got the 6.2 under the hood, I'm pretty sure people would be happy. But if it's got to be EV, I know some of you hate to hear it, but if it's got to be EV, it better be the 1,000-horsepower power plant from the Hummer EV pickup. And while we're at it, you know what? Throw in the crab walk mode and front and rear locking diffs. Make the people happy. I know General Motors sees my videos, and I know that they only build vehicles if they know the demand is there for them. So let me know in the comment box below if this is something that you'd be interested in spending your hard-earned Benjamins on. Or is the lack of a removable top an absolute deal breaker for you? Join the conversation below and let's discuss it. I know we had a great conversation when it came to the new full-size Blazer. Once again, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please consider tapping that like button as it really does help me out. Subscribe to stay up to date on all things General Motors with my weekly uploads. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.